prayer, the meditation, the practice, the refuge generating bodhicitta. So using that as a motivation, it's also very important. It's extremely important to recite many times because we recite almost the beginning of every practice. Sangye Chudang Chudang, so good to know some just essence, the meditation. So important. Here the whole lamrim comes. This two verses taking refuge and then another two verses generating bodhicitta. Here comes all the lamrim subject. A greater path to enlightenment of the whole entire lamrim subject. Not just that, but the basis, and also yes, and also tantric subject comes in. It's included in that. All entire dharma, it's included in that. Then we just normally just recite. There's just like me, or like like me at the minute. Because you know the prayer, recite past, and I'm not sure whether there's even meditation there. It's the most important subject, but I don't know what that meditation. I'm not saying everybody, but just like myself, that you see. Thoughts are like myself, so I'm saying that. So you see, so we don't study Dharma, even if we study Dharma, just only recite mantra, never learn Dharma. And see, only recite mantra, or because only believe because your family is Buddhist, your parents are Buddhist, because they do the offerings, Buddha. They do the incense offerings, or the kind of traditional kind of make an offering, things like that. Then just follow to that. You just do what they do, and no understanding. You don't go to learn. You don't go to learn Dharma. You don't look for understanding, and also maybe more good for some people. They don't know what to do, and doesn't know where to learn Dharma. It's like that. So you have no understanding. So that's only what follow what parents does. Parents, for example, I stayed 2 weeks, many years ago in Singapore, at somebody's house. I forgot. I gave Tibetan Dharma name, not Tibetan, so Dharma name to the mother. 2009 German or 2000 or something. The mother, I remember the Dharma name, but I don't remember the Chinese name. But I don't think anyone's here. It's near the flower, the Singapore flower, there. Oh, Pranagal, near Pranagal. Do you know the name? Maria, that's right, mother's name. She would know. She would know, huh? Maria and? Oh. Yeah, the mother's name? Maria. Huh?
Maria is a different person.
Yeah. Okay. Maria's mother. Okay. So I said 3 weeks or 1 month or something. So see, the father, mother, Buddhist, but they haven't started Dharma. They haven't started Buddhism. They haven't started Dharma. So that's what probably their parents are Buddhist, but that's to the normal things, and faith. That's the faith things. But I don't know understanding because I didn't try to learn Dharma. Go to some class to learn Dharma. Didn't do that. So they one son and one daughter. I married very bad. Don't remember the name. Do you remember? Son is Miyong. Then daughter? Huh? What? Huh? Rose? Daughter's name. Okay. You don't mean rose flower. So they went to school. And so one day the son Miyong, he gave Christian books to presented to his sister while she was going to school. So then she read, and so later she became Christianity. She became Christianity. Yeah. And we talk sometimes. Reincarnation, karma. So she didn't. I thought she did say some words, but I don't remember. I felt very strange when I was talking about that. So that just time little talks. So like that. So he couldn't Buddhist Centre. I think when the children was here teaching ABC, she started nunnery at Bajorgini Centre, France, called Japan, probably I gave. And then I think she came. She sent her here. She was just started the Japan Center in the Bajorgini and go to Western student nuns. So I sent here to, after I think Dieter, Dr. Dieter, Only he was ex-monk, Dita. That number is Dita, I think. So he taught here a long time. And I was here when he taught. I was here a long time. Then children who started Abbas. What do you call Abbas? Shirashivati. Shirabhati Abbas. Started in America. So she was here a long time. How many months? Do you know? How many months?
She was big and at least for
Your home, at your home, for 4 months.
Little Praxer is longer. After Little Praxer left, then the children came to stay. Little also stay at
Yeah. Oh, I see. Did you also that? Did you? Oh. Huh?
6 months.
What?
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
He stayed.
Then better children came after
How many months?
4 months.
So your home has been root of ABC. I think Anila Windy came from Australia. She was going to Nepal, and she asked you must start by the center, start by the house. No? She told you to must buy a house for the center. She was on the way to Nepal. She dropped here. She asked you to need to buy a house for the center. Do you remember?
I sold my house before I bought this house. I sold it before I bought it.
Well, that's what I heard. She told her, she asked her. So many of you, I don't know, you know, LZR. That's the original ABC. Very, very back. Which year?
1988. I started from here, 1988.
988.
I learned from Professor from the Buddhist library.
988.
Library, I learned
1988. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Yeah. When I was a good guy, LZR Khen. No, because I came here before. And LZR Khen, then there was another girl.
Little brought me to the Nepal to teach.
Yeah, there was another lady student, another lady, but I didn't see her this time. So only Singapore, only those two came. One was a good guy. I think his son is teaching. So that. That's a long time ago. So LZR was the root, and kind of then, yes, as she expanded, so all of them stayed at her house for many months and taught, so did that to the children, and so that. So, at the very beginning, I was with the Lama. Lama did teaching. There was the ABC, another one. That was another ABC don't think it's given by Lama, but Lamas. So Lama kept teaching there. I heard I wasn't here. Lama kept teaching to them. Long time ago. This before ABC's here started. So then that's. I met one man, but I think it disappeared. That one disappeared sooner or later. And so what happened was, yes, I met, what's his name? The gentleman who has a temple. Oh, yeah, I met, he came to Gabon with some of the people. Hey, Xingbing, yes. What's his name? Liquid talk. So then he came to Gabon. So I mentioned to him, you see, the need, I think I expressed my wish to start, to start lamrim teaching, the Khen Start Centre, something like that. I don't remember exact word by word. I talked to him. Hoko. So he promised. So before Dita stayed in the house, before that, the teaching started at Liquid's house, Liquid's temple, Liquid's house or temple started, the very first start there. I think there might be Dita, German ex-monk Dita, who achieved Nirvana. Arhat Nirvana. So Liquid, the nice gentleman, he worked very hard. He worked very hard. In Singapore, you see, to have Buddhism in the school, he applied the government. He worked very hard on that. There was only Christianity before. So, because school started by them, so we worked with the government for a long time. Apply he worked to have a Buddhism in school to teach. So then that's how I think the first started in school, Buddhism, because he really dedicated, he worked very hard. So they started at the Promise House, you see, giving teaching at his house, the temple. I had temple. Also, I gave a talk when I was here at his temple. Long time. Yes, knew. He was the first person that I talked. So that then later, I think it's that Ali Chua's place, although that, so she had to write for a long time. So that's how the root of ABC like that. So now, I mean, curse word is, so Khen Rinpoche here from Gabon, first Geshe, first Geshe, the Gabon monk, the first Geshe. From seven. So I've been very, very long, really excellent. You're so fortunate. You're so fortunate to have him. changing from Abbot to Kapan monastery. So first case. So the among the Kapan monks, when he was in Sarah, not only study well, but also conduct, monk conduct. All the monks, they respect him. I heard all the monks, they recognize and they respect him because good conduct. Live in the monastery, good conduct. So I think, because you see, you maybe many people you don't know, but maybe some people during the organization work, so they probably may, those who are working for organization, dharma organization, you see here and there, so they might know, but general people wouldn't know. You see, even though you have very good dharma knowledge, expert in explaining Sutra and Tantra, but you see, if you stay a long time, you see, sooner or later, then you see problem comes in the center, problem comes with students. I mean, the mistake comes out, the mistake, misconduct, mistake comes out, and you see the organization gets problems, and the students get problems, and so that's you hear many times that. So then there's so much problem. Then it's with the student and the organizations, everybody can solve the problem. Then so difficult to solve it. It takes a long time. It's not easy to solve. So that happens. That's clearly colored happens. So here you are extremely fortunate, so fortunate, very quiet, and so really only the learning dharma, you see, no problem. Other than that, no problem. The students and the organizations, see. Many times happen, even though expert in explaining Sutra Tantra, explain so much, but you see, then you stay longer, then sooner or later the problem comes out, you see. And due to general people you don't know, so I'm just, you see, the people who have been working for organization, I mean, they might probably hear, some might know what. So that's why I'm thinking for you to rejoice, you to realize what you have, the valid teacher, qualified teacher, and that's humble teacher and valid teacher, qualified teacher. Long time that can teach, has patience and compassion. You see, can teach a long time. That's very important. That's very important. So you see, otherwise what happens? So even though you may be expert in explaining words, but you see, the sooner or later, when you become closer, then kind of wild. Or the very wild problems will arise. Then very difficult, and then what kind of start dharma. Then very difficult for the mind. The mind become bubble. Water, hot water bubbling in the pot. You see, hot water, the mind become like that. So how can you? So difficult to calm down. So anyway, I'm just telling you that I'm just telling you, that's not easy. So long time to have a great peace. You see, to learn Dharma well, and you see, much patience and humbleness. Oh, that's so important. So important, so important. That real practice of Dharma, humbleness, real practice of Dharma. No matter how much understanding you have, all the humbleness, that so important. The Lama, you see, in his note at the Kabul monastery, he passed away in America, in Los Angeles, the hospital. But there was note left at Kapon on the Lama's table, the Lama's room on the table. It says, you know, the one who has humbleness is the great quality of the teacher. It says that. Lama wrote, I think somewhere he copied from that. Somewhere he copied. Lama wrote, made notes. So that Lama is also that. So anyway, that just by the way it again. As talk about the, you know, the origination of how the ABC started, so that so before that, yeah, I was I think the Dharma with this help support. There's one student from Indonesia, the Lama's Asian student. So she died quite a number of years ago. I came to Singapore to teach. I came before, but just the airport on the way to Nepal or something. But I came to teach here and different temples, and then went to Malaysia to teach in Indonesia. So that time she was organizing, helping. So I stayed at Dharma Chakra, not Chingbing, this, next one is Dharma Chakra. I stayed 1 week or something one time. So anyway, getting teaching there. Maybe that was the first time. Was that, do you know? Dhammachala. I think it became past life to Raja. It became past life story. Okay. So yeah, so when I came to give teaching, the first time that we give teaching around the different places, different temples, all of that. So that time I felt, yeah, if you ask how to begin the Dharma practice, and it would be very difficult to answer. That's what I felt when I came here to give teachings. If you ask how to begin to practice Dharma, so I think very difficult to answer. That's what I thought. So I thought. You see, to teach lamrim, the heart of the Buddha's teaching, the 8,000 teachings, comes in the LZR teaching, Mahayana Sutra, Mahayana Tantra. So kind of condensed, the teaching was condensed, all that. So simplified. Mainly set it up, not just number education, but to mainly subdue the mind. The way it set up the outline or the presentations mainly to subdue the mind. So when the philosophical teachings, when it doesn't, when they don't subdue your mind, then listen lamrim teaching, then subdue the mind. So that's with that. So lamrim teaching is man, then teaching normal teaching, but when we see the meditation, then philosophy and the background of the philosophy. So then I thought something like that. Then if you start to tell that, will be incredibly beneficial in Singapore. That's what I thought, and then I felt like when you vomit, nausea, that's okay, uncomfortable. But I felt up to here, up to the neck, didn't come out. Didn't come out. I felt here something very strange, the energy in here, and that can be very beneficial to Singapore people. If I start something like that. So then you see, that continued. So then, I think from the sleep to then and then that so wrong, then what? Sorry, Hup Cheng. How many years? Been died? 30 years? Huh? 15 years. 29. Huh? 20 years. 29. 29. Wow. Unbelievable. Thank you very, very, very much. And then the Kishila, look at me. You talk right.
20 years. Next year. 20 years.
20 years. Oh, I see. So that's great success. Great success. So what Khen Rinpoche learned, studied for many years, starting from Laudo, then Kapang, then went to Sera. So many years started. So then that, you see, what he learned so many years, and then we see with the basic practice, and then you see, then taught here for so many years, and so that's excellent. That's real success. So, because liberating sentient beings, liberating sentient beings, yeah, then us here, then from lower realms and from samsara, bring even the free from lower nirvana, and bring to great nirvana in enlightenment. So it's great success for a long time. So as I mentioned, short time. I mean, beginning with very good reputation and all that, then end up with bad reputation. So that's where many times happens in the world. You have to, I'm just telling you to recognize what great opportunity, what great jewel you had. You know, jewel means witchcraft jewel. I'm using example. What you have, what the students here is in ABC, I was thinking about what we have. We see very precious jewel. So I'm just using example. It's a witchcraft jewel. So that's yes, of course, generally speaking, Guru is like witchcraft jewel for you. Guru is like witchcraft tree like mandala, witchcraft tree that you visualize in the south. So you see, like witchcraft tree with like witchcraft jewel, all like that. So you see, for you, you see your witchcraft jewel, your witchcraft tree, that sort of thing. Then you see, the stable devotional thought, seeing the Guru, looking at the Guru. So you see all the Buddha, looking at the Guru, or every single Buddha, numberless Buddhas, and they're looking at that, every single Buddha. You see, that is the Guru Shakyamuni, that is the Maitreya Buddha, that is the Manjushri, that is the Medicine Buddha, that is Tara, that is the Vajrayakini, that is everything. Then, by looking at that, you realize, then you see that way. And then kind of then remembering the kindness, devotional, respectful mind, kindness. Yeah, so important. Then after that, then service, all the conduct, respectful manner, offering service. Then you see, then to collect merit, then there's an offering to do, then offering everyone has, so to collect merit. So like that you see, but doing that, then you see all your wishes can succeed. From that, then all your wishes, including enlightenment, all the happiness is life, all the happiness future life, all the happiness future lives, future not only one life, future lives, and then all the happiness, ultimate happiness, all everything. Then peerless happiness in Buddhahood, then everything. Also for self, also for others, also for self, also for others, numberless sentences, so everything you achieve. So that Guru is your wish, all your wish fruit like a jewel, which can tree, that brings all the fruit is all your wishes, also like that. So anyway, I think okay, so so going back to the story, sorry, I begin. So the daughter became Christianity like that. I don't know how she, whether she's Christianity or not. I have no idea. But before, yes, yes, she worked for the airline, because hostess, hostess, yeah, for many years. I'm going to Australia like that. So anyway, but you see now, parents don't like that. Parents, I know, parents don't like that. The father spends, he hardly spent in the house. While I was there, he came one time, short, just 1 or 2 nights. Then he had to go. He works in the ships. He traveled around the world, selling ship. I'm not sure what it does. Ship. So hardly in the house. When I was there, only one time. I think came 2 nights. So that. Parents are Buddhist, but because they didn't learn, so just the faith and sort of that and like that. They do things, but they can't really explain. And yeah, they don't like, you see, the family and the daughter, like that. But you see, but they can't explain. They don't know Dharma, but they don't know the Dharma. They can't explain. You see, so that's the problem. Is that that you see, but the son helped very much to the children. And when she was here, I print her books, what she taught, make book and print, helped to produce books by him. He couldn't do this. I met here in the airport. Airport, I met mother and the daughter also. However, see, so like that. So the attention that not. I'm sure that is not only them. There are many. You see. So important to learn, to read books, again. Again, you see, up to your karma. Basically, up to you, depends on your karma, what kind of karma you have. So, first, then, not every book is correct, valid, or correct. Even say Buddhist, but not necessarily everything is valid, correct, not necessarily. So it really depends on your karma, what karma created from past life, past, So depending on that, then it happens. You see, correct book or not, wrong book or misunderstanding, or you never know. So it depends on your karma, basically. It's not a mistake with the other person who wrote the book. It's your mistakes, your own karma. So if you didn't make right prayer, good karma, you didn't do then good preparation, then even Buddhism, but you may meet all kinds of, which is a lot of mistakes, wrong concept, yes, not easy. Then you spend your whole life in that wrong path, or maybe some are right, maybe there are many wrong things. Then you spend you believe in that whole your life. If you haven't created good karma from past, didn't make good prayer, then that affects your life. What you believe in this life, then it affects your next life. Hundreds, thousands, millions, on. It affects to the future life, your future lives. So difficult. So then that makes it so difficult. You continue to create the cause samsara, the wrong understandings of the path and the wrong teachings. Very difficult. Continuously in the lower realm, continuously in the samsara. So difficult to get out, to be free from samsara. So difficult. So just like the container, clay container, and the fly got inside, and then but there's a way he can come out immediately. You see, but can't see that. So goes inside. For a long time. Even though if you look straight, you can come out, but can't see. You want to come out to see that. Like that. So for eons, what then you go through suffering. 6 regions, hell, hunger, ghost, animal, maybe suffering, even devil realm, unbelievable most developed country, most developed Hindu country, most developed registered family, in the world. But it's a poorest, that's the comparing devotionals, it's the poorest. It's a poorest country, it's a family, even though the richest in the world, in the Hindu world, but it's the poorest. There's nothing, it's the poorest compared to devotion. So even there's so much as pleasure, for example, the attachment to that. So mind is totally occupied by that, and very hard to see it is natural suffering. So it's very hard to see that samsara, how samsara is natural suffering, how your samsara is natural suffering. Mind is totally casually occupied the sense pleasure, so distracted by that. Can't say your samsara natural suffering, the samsara pleasure is natural suffering, can't say then can't generate bodhicitta, can't generate compassion to others, sentiments, can't see the suffering to others, numberless sentiments, suffering, can't, how the suffering can't develop bodhicitta, no way to achieve enlightenment, like this world, us born in this world has opportunity, and there's pleasure, but also suffering. In the world, all kinds. So easy to realize, you recognize your own samsara nature of suffering. Then all others, you can see those who are in samsara, how much of that suffering. So as we see your own samsara, like a naked body sitting in the thorn bush, or midst of the fire, hot red fire, your naked body inside, like that. So in every second, it's almost unbearable, or it's like that. So like you never wish even 1 second to be in prison, but you uncomfortably, see, then it happened to be in prison, but after even a second is too long. I don't want to free from that. So much stuff. So all of that, you see your own, your being samsara is like that, suffering like that. Or then you only look at others. Only look at others, not just one, like yourself, not just one, but numberless helpings, numberless angurs, numberless animal, numberless human, numberless surabhi, numberless asurabhi, suffering samsara. So when you see how you've unbearable, even for a second, you're being samsara, or then you feel the numberless others being samsara, constant, you are nothing. You are just one person, that you are suffering. Nothing. All the numberless others suffer in the hell, in the hunger goes, and so then unbearable compassion. So then, so feel so unbearable, most unbearable, so then even day, 1 day, even 1 hour, minute, second, kind of so much common. Then you see unbearable other suffering, samsara. So you feel compassion to others. Or then that's how you generate bodhicitta. Free to repair within. So freedom. You yourself freedom from some oceans of samsara suffering bring in happiness. You are suffered through that. So you have to repair. So even though there are numberless Buddha Dharma Sangha, you see, the liberating sentient beings from some oceans of samsara suffering, bring to enlightenment, benefiting to numberless sentient beings, but you see, all your past, present, future happiness up to enlightenment, although you are children, past, present, past from beginnings to birth, and present, future happiness up to enlightenment. Every single your happiness you receive from and numberless helpings, numberless hungry ghosts, numberless animals, numberless human beings, numberless sura beings, numberless asura beings, numberless intermediate beings. Then as I mentioned, not only that, then I mentioned this at the beginning of the here, Amitabha commentary, at the beginning, mentioned already. Yeah. Your open heart, then to Buddha Dharma Sangha, you see, relying on the Buddha Dharma Sangha or something. See, that makes you to be free from lordship suffering, you see. Then that makes you also to be free from samsara. And then that makes you to be free from raw nirvana, to not get caught in the raw nirvana. So, you see, the Buddhist apostle, like this, I might have mentioned before, but anyway, so, yeah, I might have mentioned before, probably, I think. Tell her this, arahatas, you see, arahatas, will seek liberation from the oceans of samsara suffering, will seek liberation. Will seek liberation. So, you see, so they desire the incredible wish to experience it, to achieve the blissful state of peace for oneself. That you see, arahatas. But it's not wish other sentient beings free from oceans of samsara suffering to bring to peerless happiness, enlightenment, Buddhahood. Not that. You see, yourself, it's in the blissful state of peace, liberation from samsara. You know that. So what happens is it is said in the liberation poem. So up to, even you become arhat, it's in nirvana, liberation from samsara, oceans of samsara suffering. But it takes eons. It takes you are in that state, but eons. Then finally Buddha said 4 words and sent light to them. Say 4 words, I don't remember. So Buddha said 4 words. Then you see, slowly, then that's how they gradually then follow the mind path, you know, like that. So not easy. Even so, then yes, Buddha sent on the right time. Then sent light, and Buddha says 4 words. But you see, so difficult to see the. So difficult to generate compassion to other sentient beings, because you see, because of the habit, you know, you achieved blissful state of peace, and you are in that for eons. You are in that. So because of the habituation of that, so difficult to generate compassion, to realize the suffering of others. So difficult. So difficult to generate compassion, difficult to develop bodhicitta. As I mentioned, you're able to know that. So difficult, not easy. So habit, you are habit, you know, mind. So you're so sinking into that the belief state of peace. But, you know, it's like if I give an example, who was cooking, who taking cooking drugs, and I don't know about LSD, but cooking or the drugs, and you can completely. That time you don't think the problems. How to say? Doesn't feel the problems, or then you have a problem in the life, then you don't feel that until the drug, until the power of the drug goes away, and then of course then when you have a natural mind, then of course the problem you remember back. So until the power of drug, the possessed mind doesn't go away, then you see you don't feel the problem. So about that, you see. So difficult to just bodhicitta, compassion to others, bodhicitta, so difficult. Oh, therefore, we are most fortunate. You have to think yourself. Now here, Amitabha teaches, so fortunate. You have to know that. Not enough just only knowing the information. No, you have to use. You have to think yourself how fortunate you are. Oh, you see, then you understand. So then you understand how you're so fortunate. You need to study Buddha Dharma, minor teaching, sutra, minor teaching tantra. So okay, now that part of the. I want to tell one thing. Malaysia, there's a cultural family. I stayed at their house. When there was no center, FMD center in Malaysia, so 21 ranges where I stay. So he arranges all programs to be with the sick people, tribute the sick people. Then the sick people come to see me, and then of course then I have to do more, then takes time. Then probably he had to wait a long time. Then his wife gets scolded. When he arrives at home, his wife gets scolded him. Then so I think at least 2 times they had arranged that time we didn't have center. So after the center, we wrote to me, to start the center. So I said, okay. After that, then we selected We's house. So like that, so at least 2 times Tony arranged programs. So I said to one family who was I don't know the name, so wealthy, wealthy family. But you see now the thing, I'll tell you one thing. because no learning. And they, being Buddhist, just, I think just or just, their friends, due to friends, and then kind of, then we keep statue of Buddha, and what normal people do, you do, but you no understanding, and kind of like that, you see. So what happened, because you never try to learn Buddhism, you see, it's incredible, it's all like he's only decided 3 ways, religion and science, and Buddhism is divided in 3, but I don't remember exactly. So it's only decided religion and the science and the Buddhism is divided in 3 ways like that, but I don't remember. So they never try to learn Buddhism. So just do what friends do, what like that, you see. So what happened? Because you didn't learn Buddhism, you see, it's scientific, it's very scientific, it's logical, it's very scientific. But because you didn't learn, so you don't know. So what happened was your son died. So all of a sudden your son died. Because it was the cherished most, of course, cherished the most your son, of course. When he suddenly died. So then then threw the statues from the altar on the floor. Then the Buddha didn't help, so they blamed Buddha didn't help. So they threw all the statues on the floor. So that's what happened, it was done. So this is what happens. You see, if something, a problem comes, then but the Buddha didn't help, then you see you lose faith, and they become a heretical being, and so get very heavy karma. So all that happens. If you don't learn Buddhism, that's what happens. If you learn Buddhism, then you have to take karma. You have to think your karma. Son died, there's his own karma, in the family karma. So created by the mind, not other people's mind, not God, not, you see, their own mind. The son died, that created by his son, his own mind, and the family karma. You see like that. So there's nothing to, look at this, like this. You see, how Buddha liberated us, sentient beings. I think yesterday I mentioned somewhere. Yeah, how Buddha liberated us from sentient beings. Sorry. How Buddha liberated. How Buddha liberated us. I think it's time to stop. So that's why. So words doesn't come out correctly. I think it's time to stop. So the Buddha, see, the way liberated us, sentient beings from the oceans of samsara suffering is by not watching. Like the Hindus, the river Ganga, after people died, then they put feet into the water, and they believe that purified all the sins, before they burning the body. And so that is not in that way, not by washing with water. And second, and not by, like thorn went inside the body, then with the hand took it out. Not in that way, but the way the Buddha liberated us, sentient beings from the samsara, from the oceans of samsara suffering, you see, not in that way. Meditation, chaki, misera, and mighty ones do not wash the negative karma out of water. Our negative karma out of water. They were not that way. There also second, chaki, misera, sentence means transmarker means suffering. Are not eliminated by the hand, so like taking thorn out from the body, not in that way. So, third one, like permanent, the transplanting his own realization, Buddha's realization within us, sentient mind, not in that way. Like you transplant a brain or heart or things like that. You see, they who are sick, who don't proper, then you transplant from another body, not in that way. See, you talk about not transplanting the realization within us, sentiment, not that way. Then how it is? Then Chingi Tempa tried to, and then he liberated. Chingi Tempa tried to. Buddha showing the truth, Chingi, ultimate reality, the truth, by revealing that to us sentient beings, then that's the way how Buddha liberated us, the oceans of samsara suffering. Or the Chingi Tempa tried to. So the Buddha taught the main teaching, then 12 volumes, the ultimate truth, 12 volumes. Then more condensed than that, 4 volumes. Then more condensed as Jetongba, the 8,000 times, 1 volume. Then after that, you see, after that, directly mentioned wisdom, shows wisdom, indirectly shows method, that's the heart of the essence of wisdom, which we recited. All that you see. Or the Karjuna, then after that, and then the few syllables of the Prajna Paramita, that is the Lama Tomajan, the Jivarajaman, Pajo, Shato, Chato, Tadomane, Mamune, Swatavan. Then the one syllable of Prajna Paramita, that's just one syllable, that's, you see that's what that, it shows no phenomena has the true existence, or existing from inside, existing by nature, or using our everyday language is the real. No phenomena has the real one, the existence, or doesn't have. Because all, including I, action, object, all the phenomena, how they exist, is merely labeled by the mind. Merely tope par tak tam, tope par tope, the concept par there, but par tak tam. So merely labeled by the mind. So everything, I know that I, action, object, everything exists in the mere name. In the mere name. So nothing exists from its own side. Nothing exists from inside. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Real, you see, realness is existing from its own side. By itself, or the truth, or the realm is that. All of that, you see. So the whole phenomena is made leveled by the mind. So nothing exists from inside. Total empty. Total empty. While everything is totally empty, it exists. It's main level of our mind. So those two are unified. Emptiness and subtle dimension arising, those two are unified. Oh, this! If you realize this, then you realize the Madhyamika, middle way view. Otherwise, you believe you realize emptiness, but then on conventional truth, the truth for the logical mind, you see how to exist. Or then you find great difficulty. Like you see, you can't put that how it exists in the mere name. You can't put that. You find it hard. You see, in the conventional truth, the existence you find hard, or that you find it hard to accept, to realize the existence, or that there is something wrong. You understand what you have realized emptiness. That's not realizing emptiness. That is proved by that. So when you're able to very easily able to understand, if you think you realize emptiness, then very easy, so easily. That exists in middle level of mind. All that fits is very easy. So it's unified emptiness, independent. Then you see, no, you don't find hard or the definition, the existing. Then because of that, naturally. Because of course in that existence, while it exists in eternity, so that cannot find contradictory unified to your mind, then correct. You see that? So therefore that's Buddha's how Buddha liberated us from oceans of samsara suffering, the suffering rebirth, suffering pain, which is suffering of rebirth, death, old age, sickness, and so forth. And then the separate meeting the desirable object, meeting the undesirable object, separating from desirable, not finding satisfaction if you found what. But then because when all the samsara pleasure, then including sleep, music, then all that pleasure, then sexual pleasure, that's all kinds of pleasure, all this natural suffering. That's why you can't continue, you can't develop. But where dharma happiness, you can continue, you can develop when you achieve nirvana, and especially when you achieve enlightenment. Totally cease that subtle obscuration, then you are able to complete the happiness as well, the kind of realization, nothing more achieve. All that you can complete. But sometimes pleasure you can't because of the nature of suffering. All that. Then third suffering, pervasive compound suffering, the aggregates. Why the nature of suffering? Why experience the body mind experience suffering? It's because it's not free from the delusion karma. It's under the control of delusion karma. So that's why it suffers, the body mind nature of suffering. Like that. And then also contaminated seed of delusion karma. So from the seed again, suffering rises, the delusion rises. Suffering rises, including the future life sufferings. So delusion rises from that again. So pervasive compound suffering. So so therefore, by actualizing the way to be free from that forever, totally, is by actualizing the truth, ultimate reality, truth that the Buddha has taught, or by realizing that realizing that, or then direct perception of that, then sees the seed of delusion karma, then you are able to see the delusion karma. So then you are able to see totally the oceans of samsara suffering. That's how like that. By actualizing true path, then you actualize the true cessation of suffering. All like that. You have to. That is going to know. This is how to work. That's otherwise it's what parents does. What happens, and then if you don't learn Buddhism, it's like that. You see, if that's what other people do, it's just that, but do not learn Buddhism, then if you not learn big mistakes, even to pray, you don't know the meaning of prayer. So see like that. So okay, sorry. Sorry.